Right, Virji. So this is your second Khalsa camp. So do you want to describe your first Khalsa camp and how you got there?
Yeah, because I'm relatively new into Sikhi. I haven't taken Amrit yet. I feel I'm not ready to get to that stage with regards to Red and Gurbani and what's required. It's a big thing to get to that stage. Personally, I think you should do your utmost to be up to date, and basically the very basic requirements that Guru Sahib has set out, you should at least be there before you go and give your seats to Guru Sahib. So I'm not there yet, and I know that. But Khalsa camp is really helping with that.
So how did you come across Khalsa camp, and what was your initial reaction to Khalsa camp?
It was actually another Singh who attends it all the time, basically every year. He hasn't missed it, I think, since 2004. And I met him basically at the Gurdwara Sahib, and he was saying that you should come down. So I started on the 2007 one, and then just progressed from there.
So what was your initial impressions of Khalsa camp?
Yeah, I didn't really have any idea what to expect. It's a comfortable environment, and the Sangat are very easy to approach and get on with. It was much better than I thought with regards to fitting in, and I've been made to feel very comfortable.
Would you recommend Khalsa camp to other people?
Most definitely, yes. It can only be positive out of it, not only from the spiritual side, even for somebody who's going to get enjoyment out of activities, practically the discipline side, and from all angles, it's a positive thing.
Okay, you've been. This is now your second Khalsa camp. Do you feel that you've progressed between your first camp and your second camp?
Yeah, absolutely. All praise be to Satguru Granth Sahib Maharaj. That yes, I do feel progression slowly with Bani, with Simran, concentration in Kirtan, and so on, and just even most importantly outside of it, when you're doing your Kirti every day, hustle and bustle, very busy life, it's even if it's a couple of minutes in a day, I can concentrate a little bit my dhyan towards Naam Jap and Guru Sahib, and I couldn't do that before. And so the Khalsa camp experience really instills that into you in a very calming, progressive way. It's not by any force or anything that's overwhelming. It's in a most comfortable, relaxed environment, and it does sit in your heart. And it's sat literally from 2007 to now 2009, and I always had that wanting to come back. I tried to get 2008, I couldn't make it, but I'm even more overjoyed now that I made 2009.
Okay, so now you've had an insight into Sikhi. You said you're not taken on with the etc., but you've had an insight to Sikhi. So a person who has no interest in Sikhi, what would you say to him about Khalsa camp, and what would you say to him about Sikhi in terms of yourself, in terms of what benefits brought for you? Okay,
with regards to the Sikhi side of it, you can take as much or as little as you want. It's non-forceful. People are available to talk to you, Bibiyan or even Singhs of all ages and of all levels. They're all available here in Khalsa camp. So in that sense, you can take out as much or as little as you would like to at your own pace, and that's got to be comfortable for everybody.
Okay. Now, just coming to the end. If you had a cousin or a friend or a relative, how would you sell Khalsa camp to them in terms of the experience of Khalsa camp?
Okay, Khalsa camp sells itself anyway with regards to discover the spirit within. The main title on that, I'm sure everyone's got that burning question inside about what we are, who we are, why we're here, and what we're meant to do. They certainly, even though every individual should make their own efforts to find out the question if they want to know the answer, but definitely one thing I'll say is that Khalsa camp, it's it's a very easy, progressive way to learn the answer to all these questions. And with the question box thing, you can do it, in Gupt you can do it without leaving any name and any personal questions, and it's always invited, and every day the Sivedars mention that. So there's room for a lot of learning at your own pace.
Lastly, in terms of Sikhi in general, since you've started progressing on this path, have you found emotionally you feel different emotions or different aspects of your personality that have come about because of Sikhi that you weren't really aware of before?
Yeah, absolutely. More personally to me would be the spiritual side of Sikhi, which I find is the real focal point. If you look at all the Chahdi Kala Singhs, the Shaheed Singhs, and these great people who have laid down the foundation, they were all very spiritually advanced. And for me, that's the tough part of it, is to get in touch with your spiritual side of Sikhi. We might try to read Bani or try to keep some basic Sangat, outside of camp. But here, when you're in Kirtan and you're always surrounded by great Guru Sikhs, you can see who have got a lot of love for Guru Sahib. That in its own is a very big thing. It has an effect on you. And then I find that when you go into congregational Simran and Kirtan, excuse me, the spiritual side of it, I find much more easier to get concentration and a focus, and that you can't get anywhere apart from in Sat Sangat, and I feel it everywhere, all around, that the presence of Guru is very close here. I feel that.